Go.
Okay, recording is on.
Okay. Good evening, everybody from Madison Crossing. We're going to open the meeting right now. Going to call the meeting call to order. And we're going to start off with the salute to the flag.
Okay, let's get that started there. Let's do the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag
Flag
Of the United States of America
and
and
to
to
the
the republic
republic
for which it stands,
one
one
nation under
nation,
God,
under God, indivisible,
with liberty
liberty and
and
justice
justice for all.
Good job.
Okay. Roll call. Vince Ferrante,
Here,
Frank Brady,
Here,
Bob Leventhal,
Bob.
Bob. We lost Bob.
No, he's must be muted or something.
No, my computer keeps freezing, dropping me out, dropping
Okay,
off
so
the
you're
screen.
here.
So
I'm
I'm
here.
back
Here.
now.
Just say here. Bob Leventhal, you here?
Here,
Okay. Frank Benintendo's here. Mark Gorkman is absent this evening.
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to start off tonight's meeting with the president's remarks. So Vince Ferrante, go.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you for signing on. Obviously, we appreciate that very much. I've got a small agenda today, probably the smallest of most of the board members. So, but can we give you a status report on the clubhouse? At this time, we are still leaving the clubhouse closed, with the exception, of course, of the gym. And the gym is open to residents who live here. There are guidelines that you need to follow in order to use the gym. For example, only 2 residents at a time are allowed to use the gym. And we also have another room with other equipment that we moved into that room. So there's a total of 4 people that can be using the gym equipment at one time, 2 in the gym room and 2 in the room that used to be the yoga room. Susan, you have to contact Susan to make the reservations. The availability is, you've got a 10 to an 11:30 slot, 11:30 to 1 slot, a 1 to 2:30 slot, and a 2:30 to 4 slot. And it is available on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So far, by the way, there was a lot of questions asking us to open up that gym, and the board thought long and hard about it. We finally did, and quite frankly, almost no one's using the gym now. But just so you know, it is still available. The balance of the clubhouse is still closed, unfortunately. The board is in communication with our attorney, our insurance broker, our management company, trying to get some updates on what they recommend we do regarding when we can open up the clubhouse. And they're also telling us, along with other vendors, that unfortunately all of the other communities still have their clubhouse closed. So at this time, the balance of the clubhouse remains closed. I'm hoping that when Governor Murphy, our supreme commander of all things, decides to stop requiring masks and maybe opens up our state much more, perhaps there's a possibility then that we can revisit what we're going to do with the clubhouse. The only saving grace we have, quite frankly, about it is that no one else has opened it up. And we don't like it any more than you do, but at the moment, that's what we have to live with. So that's the status on the clubhouse. And the last thing I need to talk about is the steps. All of the steps on Daly Court have been replaced by M6, and they have started the project to complete the last court, if you will, where steps need to be replaced, and that is on Baker. There are a total of 9 homes at Baker where the steps need to be replaced, and apparently there are more steps per home on Baker than there are in the other areas that were done, like Daly Court. As a result of that, the contractor does not want to do more than 1 step at a time or 1 home at a time, because he's concerned that the cycle will be such that someone else may be left with being unable to use their steps on the weekend. So 1 step will be done one stoop will be done per week. They've started on number 1 Baker, and then they'll go to 3, 5, all the way to the last one, which is 17 Baker. So it's projected to take about 9 weeks, weather permitting. And his game plan is to start a stoop on a Monday and have it all done by a Friday. Obviously, the only exception to that is going to be on Memorial Day, which happens to be on a Monday. So once we get done with those, all of the steps in on Baker, the project that we started roughly 2 years ago will finally be complete. And as you know, that money came from the settlement of the lawsuits, and we didn't have to take it out of any reserve fund that we had. So we're certainly happy about that. And that's the status of the 2 items that I have for you. And at this point, I think I'm turning this over to
Me.
to pay you off, Frank.
Okay. I'm going to make a motion to approve the minutes from the April 7th HOA meeting. Do I have a second on that
I
motion?
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 The motion is passed unanimously. The minutes will be posted on the Madison Crossing website by Friday this week. The other thing I want to talk about right now is contractors. It's not listed in on the agenda, but I think we need to talk about that. Contractors are working our community to do the work they need done to get done for everyone's well-being. It does interfere when homeowners stop the workers to ask them questions and talk to them. They can lose track of where they are and what they're doing in the process. So we're urging all homeowners not to interfere with any of the contractors by speaking to them or asking them to do something for you. That way the process moves along smoothly and their work can be done. The other part of the on contractors is that, like everyone else, because of COVID, with supply chain delays up and down, we are finding it more difficult to find other contractors to come into this community to work. We usually get 4 or 5 bids on every project that needs to be done. We analyze them. We also talk about pricing. And so there was a concern that M6 is always here. Well, M6 does have the maintenance contract for all the handyman work that needs to be done. They're here on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so that when a homeowner has a problem or needs something done on their home, we have them working there. The other thing is with M6, for most of the roof leaks that we've had this past year, they've been there the next day to plug the hole, make your house dry, and repair it at very competitive pricing. Try to get a roofer today, it'll take weeks at times. So if you see M6 around, it's not because we only work with one contractor. He constantly gives us professional work, good work at competitive pricing. We vet other bids. Some contractors will call and say, when we call them, we do not want to give you a bid because we're out 4 or 5 weeks. We can't come to your community to do the work. Or they say, I'm trying to get laborers and professional people to work for us. Minimum wage is $25 an hour. We can't find workers. Not only that, they'll tell us that if we get we get awarded a contract, supplies could be limited and the project can go even slower than you had wanted to. This is a big concern to us because we have some deck repairs that need to be done in this community right now. They've been looked at. We've vetted them to 4 different deck builders. And once again, we're going to go with M6.
Contractors.
He is
No, I'm gone again.
able to do the work
Frozen again.
immediately. And that will also make sure that your deck is safe to stand on. And also that the work will be done and you can enjoy it this summer. I think there was a deck collapse recently in New Jersey where people went out on their deck and the thing collapsed, and I think 4 or 5 people got hurt. So that's all I want to say on contractors at this time. And I'm going to turn it over to Frank Brady for the Treasury report. You got it, Frank.
Okay, okay, let me get the screen to share with you on the generic treasurer's report. Here it comes. Okay, maybe you're seeing the wrong one. Okay,
It's oversized.
my mistake. Try again. Do you see a part of the treasurer's report?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Do you see it now?
No,
No.
Okay. Sorry about that. Maybe now?
Yes, you got it.
Yes.
Okay, ladies and
Be
gentlemen,
part of it.
let's
Got
try
it
to follow the money. I won't read every digit, but I will say in our operating fund,
Okay, I'm
we
going to
have over $232,000 at this point. Transition Settlement Fund, which began with $563,000, now has $125,000 plus. And by the end of this year, this will be closed out. This is being used partially to pay for the finishing of the decks, the steps being done on Daly Court. Okay. All right, I got somebody else trying to get in. Let me get.
I'll
the-
take care of that, Frank.
Okay, I got. All right, the reserve fund at this point has over $1,150,000, close to $155,000. Working capital fund, more than 127, almost $128,000. Somebody's writing on my screen. Okay, the reserve for deferred maintenance, over $82,000, and our escrow account, close to $85,000 at this point. That completes the generic treasurer's report in which I try to follow and keep track of the money. Let me stop the share and let me introduce for the Vice President's report, Bob Leventhal. Bob, take it over. Hello, Bob.
My computer is not cooperating. It keeps
There you go.
There we go.
knocking me out.
Okay, we got you now.
You have me now?
You're
Yes.
in.
It keeps shutting me down. All right, I've got a pretty busy evening to present a number of issues. The first one I want to present is the pool. Everybody wanted to know, is the pool going to be open this year? The answer to that is yes, we're opening without question. Of course, the company we have is Candlewood. Will be open Memorial Day weekend, the 29th, 30th, 31st. Then weekends following June 5th and 6th, 12th and 13th. And then from 19th through Labor Day, the 6th. There will be multiple changes this year in what every one of us are accustomed to. Since the controls is so fluid of what's going on between CDC, the governor, and the health department, we're stuck betwixt and between and in the center as well. So the pool hours will remain 11 to 8, but we're going to have 3 2.5-hour sessions. The sessions will be from roughly 11 to 1:30. From 1:30 to 2, we'll be cleaning the bathrooms, the lounges that we have available. The next session will be from 2 to 4:30. From 4:30 to 5, we'll be doing the same, sterilizing and cleaning the bathrooms, the lounges. And then the final will be from 5 to 7:30, the same thing. Now, there's a number of changes besides that, one of which is scheduling. We are working on the scheduling format, and that will be sent out to you shortly. You should have that within a couple of days. informing you how you can schedule, what you need to do, and how many days, so on and so forth. We'll continue with that. You'll have all your instructions sent forth. We have new pool rules and a new person who's going to be in charge, basically, of admitting and allowing people to come into the pool. It used to be a pool ambassador, but now it has a different name. And we will be working with that individual. Hopefully, as soon as we get his name, he's being trained. And we'll be functioning with him as soon as possible, so he'll know. He'll be looking, taking temperatures. Once you're cleared for temperature, you'll be signing into a log with your name, address, and phone number for contact tracing if necessary. Candlewood will be supporting that function for the entire summer. Our lifeguard we will have. Regardless, we can do without a lifeguard. We can't do without this individual who is responsible. This is mandatory by the state and by local government. So it's a point of contact person is what we call them, point of contact. And they'll be checking whatever ID you must have, your pool IDs with pictures. So if you do not have them, you need to contact Susan by email, inform her that you don't have your passes, or you need additional passes if you have somebody living with you as a resident. No one will be admitted to the pool without a picture ID. They will be taking temperatures at the front, and they will be keeping you socially distanced until we have further changes coming down from above. We've purchased new equipment for the bathrooms because we have to sterilize bathrooms. And we bought hydroxy generators, which we have in both the ladies' room and the men's room. What this does, it takes humidity from the air, it runs it through UV lights. UV lights then will transmit them through with hydroxy radicals and hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide will kill COVID-19 immediately. This is a continual function. This will be in both bathrooms as long as we man them. So when you walk in, if you see it, that's what it is for. And behind it is humidity tray with a sponge, which continually pushes the humidity into the unit, forcing out the radicals and the hydroxy peroxide. That's what keeps the room clean and clear, bacteria-free, odor-free, and we can function that way. You'll notice those as you go in. Now, similarly, you still must wear a mask coming into the pool. Once you get to your lounge, you can remove your mask. Once you go into the pool, your mask can remain off. If you come back and have to go to the ladies' or men's room, your mask must once again be put on to use the facilities. Once you return, you may take them off. While in the water, same is true, no mask is required, but 6 feet spacing unless you're a family unit. Friends still must remain 6 feet apart. It has to be clear, it's going to be monitored, and any problem with that will be addressed immediately from the contact person. So we'll be going through all that. We'll provide further information as we go through. And again, it's very fluid. Rules can change, regulation can change. We're just waiting to hear, as it says, from the Admiral and the generals have to come down and give us the word from the mount. Our rules have changed, our rules and regulations. I'd like to spend a few minutes. This will be coming out to you. This will be mailed out very shortly. But I want to just go over the new rules and the rules in general, so you just have a flavor for what's going on. Okay, A, it'll be residents only. There will be no guests, which includes no children, no grandchildren, and no brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, or anybody else. It's residents only. You will be required to sign a waiver before you enter the pool. We'll have the gates marked enter and exit. You are required to enter through the entrance and exit through the exit gate. Even if you're just coming in, going out to go to the bathroom, you still must do the same thing. Soon as you come into the pool, you report to the COVID point of contact person who will be identified, I'm sure, with some mechanism, badge or something he'll be wearing at the gate to receive you. Again, you must have your pass, so please be sure you have your pass with pictures. No guest passes, they are not valid. Temperatures will be taken. Anyone with a temperature above 100.4 will not be admitted. Anyone feeling ill while at the pool, you must leave the pool area immediately and notify the point of contact person that you are leaving and why. Again, name and address and phone number for contact tracing. Chairs and lounges will be 6 feet apart. If there's 3 to a family, you can take a chair and move it to the same location as the other 2. Otherwise, you must stay spaced. You must, okay, the space, we spoke about that. When you're in the bathrooms, you must wear footwear, no barefoot, and no showers will be permitted. So before you come, take a shower. When you leave, either have a hose outside available or go home and have a wonderful shower at home. The furniture will be sanitized before and after each session. They'll be tagged, there'll be a sanitized tag on each chair, each lounge, to indicate that it has been sanitized. You must bring your own towel. There will be no eating anywhere in the pool area. So where you used to eat on the outside at the tables is no longer allowed. You may bring beverages as long as they're plastic bottles. Those are allowed, but that's it. There will be no smoking anywhere within the pool area as well. No use of alcohol. So don't think you can come in a little vodka and a clear Coke bottle and think we won't catch you. We have a nice dog running around who's a vodka specialist. So we have that going. All right, you will, once you get the instructions, be signing up electronically on the new scheduling program. And again, that will be explained. If you have any questions, you can contact our famous, wonderful person in the office to help you to get that straightened out. Hand sanitizer will be provided in multiple locations around the pool. As usual, no diving whatsoever. And as long as everybody's eating, I'm sorry to say anybody who has stomach issues, infection, contagious disease, traumatic, through an open cut, blister, lesion, or flamed eyes, nasal ear discharge, or diarrhea, sorry to say, is not permitted anywhere in the pool area. There will be no behavior that endangers another swimmer, another resident, permissible. No more diving off parents' shoulders because there won't be any children here anymore. So please be careful and keep your noise levels down and respect your neighbors. The pool will be closed during severe storms. It's the call of Candlewood and your board whether we remain open or close. If it's thunder, it's a minimum of a half hour that the pool be closed. We will have further information as we go through. It's long, but please keep in mind the rules are coming. Remember, you're required to do scheduling. And also you must have an ID badge with picture. There will be no exceptions and no one will be admitted without it. Now, there will be plenty of opportunity for us to discuss more about the pool, but the good news is it's going to be open. It'll be wet, it'll be clean, it'll be clear, and it'll be refreshing. So we'll go with that. Next, we have,
Bob?
yes.
Bob? I'm going to interrupt you a second. There was not a question, but something came over from Gerard to everybody. He chatted out about should you be vaccinated to use the pool? By law, we cannot ask that question. Common sense make it that you should be vaccinated, but that's all I can say about that question. If we can discuss other questions later after we open it up to Q&A. Okay,
The
Bob.
whole reason that we're forced to still wear masks coming in and going out is specifically for that reason. We can't ask if you're vaccinated or not, and we can't ask to see your ID cards. So we're sorry, but that's not our rules. That's the way it comes down. Let me change subjects and move on to tree and shrub removal and replacements. Susan will be notifying everyone probably tomorrow, the day after, who's on the list of having trees replaced or shrubs removed. You will be notified by her, and we will probably have replacements done within 2 to 3 weeks. So that'll take care of that function. Anyone that asked to have new work done this year is not on last year's budget, therefore will not be serviced this year, but it'll go on next year's budget. Summer flowers, as they have been ordered, they should be here and planted within the next 2 weeks. And one of the other reasons we wanted to have the irrigation system functioning. And as reported out, I'm very happy to say irrigation is now fully functional. It is on. It'll be on every other day, most likely 3 days a week. Everybody will see it 3 days a week because we're split. We have 180 zones, so 90 zones each. So that from that perspective. So irrigation, inspection, repair has been taken care of. The repairs are done. So that was a terrific job done by Guy and Susan and whoever was on the irrigation committee to get that function taken care of. So startup is finished. Now, the next item, I'm going to jump, it's communication director. So Frank, if you're going to handle that piece, you may want to go on, and then we'll go on to other issues that I have to address.
Thank you, Bob. I'll take care of that. I'm pinch hitting for Mark Goikman, who is, of course, our communications director. I would like to announce the next open workshop meeting will be held on June 9th at 6:30 over Zoom. We had an open workshop meeting on April 21st, 2 weeks after our last HOA meeting. So we're going to have another one June 9th at 6:30. The link to the meeting will be emailed out as well as being posted on Facebook as we get closer to the meeting date. Residents are encouraged to bring their questions, feedback, or concerns to the meeting. There was a question at the last open workshop meeting about the order of the agenda. The order of the agenda is not important. There's no logic to the, well, I'll say there's no logic to the agenda, but we will have one and we'll take that in order. We will address every issue that is brought up. Additionally, the open workshop meetings, as has been said before about all of the meetings we had all the way back till September, are recorded. Okay, and I think recently an e-blast was sent out that gave the links to the YouTube videos of the 3 meetings that we had this year. that, of course, will continue. Okay, now, Bob, I'll pass it on to you for ongoing business.
Thank you, Frank. All right, now that you're full of the good stuff, we're going on to some other subjects. We had a number of properties here that have water issues due to improper drainage problems. We're not sure what the source, what the answer is. We went and had about 4 separate contractors come in and look at it. And really, we're not happy with the kind of responses we got. So the board approved, and we went ahead and spent $2,500. We got a civil engineer to come in and evaluate those homes, plus a few other areas that we identified as potential drainage issues. At this stage, at this point in time, I know everybody's anxious to get it done and get things moving. We are awaiting the report to come back so the board can sit down and evaluate with the engineer the best steps to take, what should be the resolution to this for a permanent fix, not a partial fix. So we'll address that as time goes on, and as soon as the report comes back, we'll identify with all those in particular that were involved. We'll get together with you and review the materials. Now I'm moving on to the mid-rise sewer cleanout, which was done in the fall of 2018. Mr. Ruda came in and cleaned out the main drains and the sanitation sewer lines in buildings P, Q, and R from the garages, not from individual units. This was done in an effort to maintain the proper flow of sanitation between sewer lines in the mid-rise, as well as preventative maintenance. The clean out is done every 3 years. We are currently submitting bids to Mr. Ruder Plumbing, as well as the other plumbing companies, to come back and rebid on this work because we're coming up on the 3-year timeframe. The next subject is dryer vent cleaning. Every 2 years, it is a requirement to have your dryer vents cleaned. The HOA has been recommending US Air Management. They've been with us for approximately 10 years. And from day one, they made a commitment and he kept it. There's a charge of $40.66 to do your dryer vents, provide you with the receipt showing that the work was performed, and it has to be submitted back to Susan. That has to go back to her. Now you have the option to use anybody you want, provided you have the license and insurance on anybody that's coming in to do your events. But we do recommend USA Air Management because of the charge, which is being held for us. If there are any other questions, we can address those at a later point, but that's pretty much where I end. So you can open your eyes now and after your nap, and I'll turn this over to who's ever next. Who's
I have it.
Vinny, Frank? It's you.
I got it.
Frank's got it.
There's only 2 more topics, and then we will go to questions and answers. Modification applications. They're a necessary evil in the community. 99% of the times, you put a modification application in, and it's approved. The ARC committee reviews it, and then the board takes it from there, and there's a final approval. It's important that we do this so we maintain the quality of our community. That way we don't end up with funny things going on. If you do not file a modification application and you so choose to do the work, you'll get a cease and desist order from the board not to continue going, and you will be fined until remedy is taken place to see what was being done and why it was being done without a modification. We encourage modifications to the outside of your home, landscaping. More and more people are doing it, putting a little personality on your home, planting your favorite plants and flowers outside. very important. We do have rules and regulations that we do follow, like we can't have pink and orange doors or a green door or a yellow door. We follow certain rules and standards so the quality of the community stays where it should be and that everyone feels good about this community. The next topic I want to talk about are benches. We brought this up at the last meeting, and we're going to be moving forward and getting benches. There are approximately 6 that we have cited for right now. The last time I spoke about this, we talked about maybe homeowners want to donate a bench, or a court would like to donate a bench. The locations have been scoped out already. The benches cost $338 each plus tax and shipping. Shipping is roughly $106. We have 2 homeowners that have come forth and are willing to donate a bench. And we have 1 group of families, homeowners in a court, that are going to donate a bench also. And when you do that, we will put a little plaque, say donated by whoever it was done. We're not going to memorialize anybody, but we're going to just say who was donated, give recognition to the homeowner that does that. We need to move on this fairly quickly because there's a 5-week time to get him in here. A need blast will be going out again with all the particulars, the homeowners. So we like to get a minimum of 6, but if we get more, there's plenty of room in the community to place these benches. And that will close the meeting at this time. I'm going to turn it over to closing remarks to Vince. And then we'll open it up to, after the adjournment, we'll open it up to questions and answers to the homeowners.
Okay, Frank, thank you very much. Before I close it, I just simply want to say that you can hear from the comments from the various board members that all of these board members, including myself, have had substantial meetings on a very frequent basis. This is a lot of work to get to the point that we're at, whether it's opening up the pool with the guidelines or research on the benches and everything else. So I personally want to thank everybody on the board for your hard work, and also the committee members that have been a tremendous asset to the board. So with that being said, after my thank yous, I'd like to close the meeting. And at this point, we will open it up for questions and answers. I'm going to adjourn the formal part of the meeting. And I think the way we did it the last time was someone raised a hand and it was acknowledged by Frank. Ben, you taking that piece, or Frank Brady?
Between the two,
I will try. I will try.
Okay.
I have one more comment I'd like to make before we open it up. The next HOA meeting will be on August 18th. Now, right now, it's going to be a Zoom, but hopefully, if the New Jersey Health Department and the governor opens it up, we may be able to have it inside our clubhouse. So we will send information out more about that as we get it. Okay.
Thanks.
Very good. Frank, I see Michelle Magda with the hand raised.
Michelle, you're muted. There you go.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
I just
we
have a
can.
quick question. Could you lower that? Wait, hold on, Jerry. I can't hear my. I'm sorry, my husband got his phone on and I'm hearing my echo. I know we brought it to Susan's attention a while back. I know myself, Carol next door, and Melvie and David, we have these crumbles just falling out the sides of our steps. So you scared me when you said they're done, because I don't think that's correct. They got to come back and fix that. If you just touch the sides, I mean, I sent Susan pictures. I know maybe she could show you if she still has them, but you just tap the sides of the steps and they crumble out. It falls out.
What's the address?
Well, I'm at 16 Daly and
Okay.
Carol is 14 Daly, and I know she's not on the meeting, but we both have the same problem. And I believe Melvie brought it to the attention too. I'm not sure of her. What is she, Melvie? She's the third house in. She's the third house. I'm not sure, but I did take pictures and I showed Susan. It's like we had this problem with the steps. Well, when they were here, we told them, my husband said, look at the sides. You just touch it and it falls out. The guy says, no, we're just doing steps. We're just doing steps.
Okay, that's
So Michelle, can I answer that actually?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So what I had let everybody know is we have a running list of people who are missing a random stone, or, you know, if some of the stones are crumbling. And what the contractor wants to do is he wants to finish all the steps first. Then we're going to go back and do these other minor work orders, but they're all being done. It's just, we
Okay.
have to complete the steps first.
Okay, I just got scared when Frank said they're complete, because I got
No,
nervous.
meaning the phase 3 is
Okay,
complete.
okay,
Yeah.
no
yeah.
problem. All right,
Thank
you
you.
always,
Would never
you always,
overlook.
Susan, you always come through. I take your word, believe me. You're the best
promise
of the
you.
best. And if
Thank
anybody
you,
tells
Michelle.
me anything, you're the one I believe. So, okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, no problem. You can, I can mute myself again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Anybody else?
Yeah, we have a hand raised.
Leibowitz is looking.
How do you mute me? Am I muted?
You're not muted, Susan. Now you are. Hold it. Unmute Susan
Susan.
Leibowitz. It says Stefan's phone
Okay, let me get down to it if we can find it here.
right below me on the
Okay.
board.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
And now we got you.
Okay, real quick. Is an e-blast going to be sent out with air supply number for my dryer cleaning? The
Yes.
phone? Yes,
Susan will send
and-
out a memo with the name, the address, and the phone number.
That's
Great.
not going to be done until that's not due, Sue, until the fall. So
so I'm okay. I just try to keep on top of things.
I know you do.
And the next question is, Susan, about
Yeah.
my lawn.
Yeah.
That
So
It's all bald, the
yeah.
front and the side.
Me too.
Yep. So the board, we
Did they-
brought it to the board's attention. The landscaper has looked at it from 2 semen to 12 semen. For some reason, the grass didn't grew in patchy. And the landscaper is looking at it and he's putting an estimate together so we can take care of it. Normally, that would be done in the fall where they aerate and seed, but I know that, Sue, your grass you don't have any grass at all. A lot
No.
has to do with the tree, the roots. So we're gonna take care of that soon. We're just waiting for them to give us an estimate. So you won't have to wait until the fall.
Okay, one other thing. A couple of years ago, I had an issue here with a hammock that I had that was in front of my deck. Susan, I told you about what happened,
Yep.
and it was missing.
Mhm.
Am I allowed to put a hammock in front of my deck, or I'm not allowed to?
You can.
We're trying to not have specific questions that relate only to, your specific home or someone else's specific home. So perhaps if you don't mind, you can send that.
Well,
question to Susan.
I had a very big problem because they took it from me and I had to call the police.
Who
Because I
took it from
thought,
you?
Who's they?
Who's they?
you want me to mention names?
No. I mean, like people on the board, or I mean, I don't.
Office people before Susan took my hammock and didn't tell me. So I thought it was stolen.
Whoa.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what? Let me answer this, Vince. Yes, Susan, I will get back to you on your hammock. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't have a hammock close to your deck in front of it. But
Okay.
we'll talk outside the meeting, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I just
Good.
don't want to do the wrong thing.
No,
Did,
thank you for
did,
that.
did the
You're
previous office staff ever give you a reason as to why they took your hammock?
Oh, no. Oh, Frank Ransom told me call the office. Maybe someone saw who took it. It was a $300 hammock.
Oh my God.
And Katie, you know Katie?
Mhm.
Yeah.
She was the one who had the landscaper tie up the hammock and put it in the storage room near the pool.
Get out of town.
Okay. You know what? Let's
I
move on.
don't
Let's take care of
lie.
this for you.
I believe you.
Take care of
That'll be
this for you.
addressed separately, Susan.
That's what happened.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
That
right.
was vindictive.
Okay.
They didn't know whose hammock it was.
I
Okay.
think Jay's got a question there.
What do you got?
Well, we got a bunch of people. We have,
Okay.
I see Tatiana,
Yep,
okay?
hang on, Jay.
Tatiana, can you unmute yourself?
Yes. Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
yes,
Yes.
Okay, so my question is related to the landscaping. I remember on last workshop or board meeting, we talked about the entrance to the development, putting some flags, something else to have it nice and, you know, clear identification. What is that? Is anything going on around that?
I mean, I'll answer it. Right now, we're still trying to work with the municipalities to see what we can and cannot do. Because of COVID, it takes a lot longer than we want. In the meantime, we will try to make the front entrance a little cleaner and more beautiful. I know people talked about plants and such. You know, last year we put a lot of perennials in. Unfortunately, this year they did not come back like they should have. So we will be planting some summer flowers to beautify the front entrance until we can do a larger project.
Okay, that was my second point. Like, if we can put something, some summer flowers or anything at all to make it pretty, even not from outside the entrance, but even inside where that small house, the gate
Yes.
house.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, I understood that there was some perennials like flowers, but they didn't. It doesn't look good. Even in a back gate as well. So
Yes.
it can be arranged something like nice bright flowers for now, and then fall season to change them. So yeah.
Okay, good. We're on top of that, Tatiana.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And Frank, I just want to add to that. It's been since probably last August or September that we've contacted the townships to try and get approvals and permits to do what we want to do in the front, and they've yet to respond to us.
Yeah.
So this COVID-19 is really hurting us. And the delay is not really on our end, but it's in getting the proper permits to get the ball rolling. And that's where we're stuck.
10 times I got locked out. 10 times I got knocked off.
I see Barbara's hand raised. I'll ask her to unmute herself. Barbara?
She's
Not
not-
responding.
Okay, let's move on to Mitch then.
Okay.
Jay was there too.
And then we'll go to Jay. Mitch, Jay, and then back to Barbara.
Okay, Mitch, you're on.
Thank you for recognizing me. My name is Mitch, and I just like to just bring up to the attention the tennis courts. In the tennis courts, they're fine, but they're not being utilized. So my question was, could we just get a basketball court, just one basketball court, so people like myself could just shoot around when people aren't playing tennis?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay, so we heard your request earlier, and we discussed it amongst ourselves, the board. Great idea. We're not sure whether or not how that would work, but we will definitely look into it. If you would like, would you mind putting an ad hoc committee together? It could be yourself, and try to research what needs to be done. Is the tennis court floor applicable to shoot, for playing basketball on? The other thought maybe we put a hoop in the parking lot in the back, but then again, we have to be cognizant of people's noise. But the parking lot back by the garbage dump where we keep in the wintertime, we keep our snow removal supplies back there. It's only 50 feet from the tennis court. Maybe it's the right thing to do. And so we are aware, and we will definitely, if you want to help us, which we can always use the help to research this, to see what's the proper way to do this, Mitch, would be great.
and the thing is, my idea was not to use the tennis court. My idea was we have so much excess room in the parking lot.
Okay.
So that was my first proposal there, because I'm not looking to start a men's league and play basketball. I'm just looking to shoot hoops with other men that will also showing their interest.
Right. And if it does, and if it does come to fruition, we'll have a time limit, so the noise is kept at a minimum.
Yes.
It won't be all night. It won't be early in the morning. But yes, we are thinking about it. It's a great suggestion, And you know what? You're my neighbor. Let us talk, and we'll see if we can get something together. Okay?
You got it. Thank you so much.
Okay, Mitch. Thank you.
Jay,
Jay.
Jay.
Unmute yourself, Jay. Jay, you're on mute.
I'm unmuted now.
There you go.
Yeah, I understand the power washing guys coming to McGowan Court on Friday. I spoke to them twice and they never returned my calls. There's a few people here on the court that want to get the concrete slab power washed. Is that going to happen Friday or? We don't have decks. We have concrete slabs. There's a
Okay.
couple, at least 3 or 4 people here on the court.
Okay.
Yeah, Jay, did you contact CP Painting?
Twice, Bob. They never returned my call. I spoke to somebody. I asked them please to return my call and they never did.
Hey, Bob.
Twice.
Jay, I think it's best if you go through Susan on this because if
Yeah,
if
I'll
everybody
call
starts bothering them, nothing's gonna get done and you're gonna get the same response, nothing. So Susan will talk to them and schedule to make sure that those addresses have patios that have, want to be powered washed. She can set that up directly for you.
Because the email, if I don't know if I'm mistaken, but the email said to contact them directly.
Well,
It did, but since you're
Right.
not getting through, Jay, I'll
Right.
help you with that tomorrow.
All right, now I got through. I spoke to somebody and they said to get back to me and they never did. So, but
Yeah, Jay, let Susan handle it. You'll get a response then.
Yeah.
so
the way to
Susan,
go.
I think it's Tony and me and maybe Harry and Lynn and maybe Beth. There's at least 3 or 4.
I'll reach out to everybody in that cluster.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Okay, don't
Barbara,
have any,
Okay, can you hear me?
yes, we can.
Okay. Hi, everybody. However is well.
We are.
Okay, my question is, I mean, I'm living here almost 9 years. I've never thrown out a piece of furniture. I made I made arrangements with Republic to pick up a sofa next Thursday. How do I get the sofa out of my house?
So
That's,
Barbara, I
unf-
thought you were gonna have your son-in-law do it for you. Did that
Well,
change?
because the bulk pickup is Thursday. They were gonna come out Sunday. I can't
Not for
put
you.
it out in the street for 4 days. You know what I'm saying? Does anybody know anybody that like moving or whatever? I mean, I can't physically and my husband can't physically move it. I think it comes apart. I think it does come apart.
You know,
I think
Barbara,
this is-
why don't you work
Ridiculous.
with Susan on this and see if we
keep
can
getting
find
blocked-
somebody to
blocked
help
off.
you.
And where to put it too.
What day of the week are they gonna come?
Thursday.
Next Thursday, bulk pickup. I made arrangements with Republic.
I think our maintenance contractor works on Tuesday and or Thursday.
Maybe
Is
he-
that a possibility, Susan?
I
Yes,
doubt they're
it's
gonna,
possible.
I doubt they're
I
gonna do
spoke-
that.
Yeah, I spoke to Barbara about this already. Barbara, if you recall, you could put the sofa out a couple of days early. It's okay. I was gonna, notify the building. So if your son-in-law is able to do it Sunday, the spot that I told you where to put it, just have them put it there. It's not gonna interfere with anything. And you should be okay, but let's talk tomorrow. I'll give you a call
Okay.
tomorrow.
Because I
and we
don't
can
want it
talk
to be
about
like
it.
an eyesore too. It's gonna be an
I
eyesore.
understand. It'll be okay for a couple of days. I appreciate it though. I'll call
Yeah.
you tomorrow.
All
We
right.
got Chris over here. Chris Burns has got a question. Who's always looking at that.
Hi, guys. Can you hear me?
Hey, Chris.
All right. So regarding the pool, I think you're going to be dealing with a problem you don't know about yet. Last year, or even in a few years, there's always a problem where people go and they get to the pool and they lay blankets out and they reserve chairs all the way up and down. You have a 6-foot, right, social distance problem. Have you figured out how many people is that going to accommodate, number one? And if people are going to show up and start reserving
No. Let
these
me,
chairs,
That's the way it's gonna work. Chris.
let me cut you off there, Chris. Let me cut you off. But
It's gonna
listen,
be,
first of
you
all,
have
reservations.
call in, oh, God, I
Oh,
can't,
Bob.
I'm locked out.
Bob, okay,
go ahead.
Chris.
I can't. I'm locked-
Reservations will be done online only.
Oh.
The
I didn't know that. We didn't hear
Okay.
that.
Okay, so you gotta go online. Every week we open up 1 week. You can only reserve a time slot available at that time. You cannot just show up at the pool and enter. You need to be on the list. Now, the other thing is this, the chairs will be spaced according to New Jersey Health Department spacing for the area of the pool deck. How many? I think we only allowed 32 chairs, 32
Right.
people.
Yes, yes.
That's it. When that day is full or that
Yeah.
session is full at 32,
Okay.
that's it. You can't enter that day. When you go to the pool, the pool attendant there will check your name, see your ID. If you're on the list, you come in. If you're not on the list, sorry, you cannot come in. At the end of the session, everyone has to leave the pool. Then the pool chairs get sanitized for the next group. They will be tagged so that the person knows that those chairs and lounges have been sanitized. Okay. Now, of course, during the week, I don't know, it may be lighter in how many people are going. If there are in the next session, you leave and there are openings and you want to come back in, you could do that. But only if there are openings. We only can allow 32 people in the pool in one session. That way it'll be organized. On the weekends, I don't know what's going to happen. So every week we open up the reservation portal, you sign in, you put your name in, you put your wife's name in, and that's it. You have a reservation. You'll have a lounge chair or chair. You'll know it'll be there because there's only going to be 32 of them. And that's how we're going to do it. Unfortunately, one second, I'll take a question. It's going to be a little bit of management. And the reason we're doing it this way is because of questions that you just brought up. We don't want to have a free for all. We want to be gentlemen and ladies about this. We have to respect each other's time. We have to respect the person who's working there. So hopefully we won't have any issues. If we do, I'll tell you, the board will shut the pool down.
Okay.
Okay? And then we all suffer. So that is not a warning. It's not a threat. It's a fact of life. You got to understand something, that the board is opening up the pool and there are a lot of legal ramifications around it for how it has to be done, documentation, tracing, all that stuff has to be done by us in order to do this properly and to make sure that none of the board members or any of the people working in the pool area will be, have an issue.
Hey, Frank, I want to add something to that if you're done.
Okay.
I'd like you to know that in our area, we know that Regency is opening up and Renaissance down the road and Route 9 is opening up. But our corporate attorney has said, contrary to what he said a while ago, is almost no communities are opening up their pools. The property manager that we have and others, that's another property manager that Susan knows, has said that the majority of the adult communities are not opening their pools this year. So we are one of the few that have decided to open the pool, but we do have to adhere to these very strict regulations to protect us, not the board members. Should somebody decide to come after our community, it means that we all are going to have to start chipping in again for legal fees. So we're doing everything by the books, 100% by the books, so that all our T's are crossed and all our I's are dotted. We must do that to protect not only the board members, but everybody that lives in this community. So even though they're tough rules, that's what it has to be.
Yeah, and the other thing, Vince, is that, you alluded to about, God forbid, there's a lawsuit. Our insurance, there's no insurance company is insuring boards or HO communities to defend the suit. So if there is a suit, God forbid, then it's going to have to come from the whole community. So we all have to be on our best behavior and follow the rules so we can enjoy the pool this summer. That's all I got.
I think Susan had a question.
No, I was just gonna ask, when you make a reservation, you just do one session, like there's 3 sessions, so you only can do one, right?
Yeah, one session per day. And, you got to be, I don't know exactly what the parameters are. We're looking at it. We may allow you to maybe you can go 2 days in a week. I am not sure. We're still setting it up. We're working with the software company to see what can be done and what can't be done. So as soon as we have more information on that aspect, we will get it out to you guys.
One more thing. You guys just seem to be worried about the suits. Isn't there, we're signing a waiver, aren't we? Or would we sign a waiver that can't sue you?
Chris,
Okay,
the
so
waiver
the answer
isn't
to
worth
that is
anything in
yes, you
court.
will be
It
signing
can
a
be,
waiver,
worked around.
but our attorneys told us, state of New Jersey, waivers
Yeah,
do
I'm
not
locked out again.
court. You could say, I signed it under duress. I didn't read the fine print. I didn't know what I was signing. So
It'll help us in court, but it's not the end all, Chris. But it's a help. It'll help us.
All right.
okay. Any other questions, anybody? I don't see any hands raised. I guess we can,
Are we good?
I'll make a motion to close the meeting then.
I second that motion.
Close the meeting.
All
Thank
in-
you, everybody, for signing on.
Thank
and,
you. Thank you for
we
coming by
appreciate it.
today.
Good
Thank
night,
you.
everybody. Be safe.
Yes. Good night now.
I hate Apple. I despise Apple.